straight to Washington to get more on those protests taking place in Iran. We're going to talk to Arash Aramesh of the National Security Network think tank. Hello there to you. He's speaking to us via Skype. Now, these protesters that have come onto the streets in Tehran, are they really supporting the events in Egypt, or are they the same protesters that hit the streets back in 2009? I mean, what do they want?
They're certainly inspired by protesters in Egypt and Tunisia. If you heard any of the slogans today chanted on the streets of Tehran or Tabriz or other major cities in Iran, you would have heard slogans that were kind of related to what was happening in Egypt and Tunisia. But at the same time, there is a good, healthy portion of the demonstrators today who had demonstrated last year and in 2009, in June of 2009, after the elections. From my conversations with people on the ground today, I also got a sense that a lot of people who had not previously participated in these demonstrations, some of whom had from the urban poor, some people who might be categorized as President Ahmadinejad's classical supporters, were also on the street because of some economic grievances and financial troubles that they've had in the past 2 to 3 months because of some economic policies. But again, the demonstrations we witnessed today, which I got to admit took almost all of us, even some of the most optimistic analysts here in D.C., by surprise. They were somehow inspired by the great popular movement, not only in Egypt and not only in Tunisia, but also you see in some of the most tyrannical sheikdoms of the Persian Gulf.
Arash, just very quickly, I mean, we heard the US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton with her comments, not surprisingly, obviously, very strong words there. Who else on the international community has been speaking out in support of the protesters?
Today's comments by Secretary Clinton were truly great, and I'm glad that finally the State Department is coming around making strong statements in support of the Iranian demonstrators. Now, 2 years ago, President Obama did not want to directly interfere and intervene in domestic Iranian affairs for good reason, fearing that it might give an excuse to the Iranian government to crack down. This time around, though, having realized that some of the nuclear talks may actually take a long time if they continue, the State Department and the U.S. government decided to actually take sides, and also that it has something to do with what has happened in Egypt and Tunisia. They've realized that there is a wave of popular uprising against regimes in the region that are not exactly serving global interests and the interests of the free world. Now, in the case of Egypt and Tunisia, they were pro-American states. In the case of Iran, this is an obviously anti-American, anti-Western government. But the point is, democracy and American interests are not mutually exclusive.
Okay, Arash Aramesh speaking to us from Washington. Thank you very much.